From Atsuadishma movie, Amakwaba at the Cstv, Prentubre Cassie, and now when you go so I will air shano. 7 years ready bedimu akotini Dr. Keso ato forcing na inde de abetu edwase wabra abandada no e woso no wabra wo fi eso no e ka chese wodja eto wono no e doso pa eyi afa so ode atu edwase big push jumedia o mampani e de baye no etimi aboa ama akwan hodo wetimi aye afa so no eye opening pa woda penin pa ye friend no said Dr. Ayu efiye ezo e de abetu edwa wo chirebu se eye mahama ke no e wose o mampani na sa aban eba na wo betrechre emu efa echiro mu weni insema hodo a wo beti e wakasie Mr. Sweet Tom Brown treat by Manel Amsel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, KS Wafime School Limited, Rema Ushering Agency, Sarah's Dream Jewelries. Yeah, Shayan Semteni Yedi Elqua Kuchemu, Elward Dr. Keso forcing na kache na ono na oyeswa fo ohwe yesika sem eso na wabro kopie mu ewo mrahye bejafi awode yakomo akonhoma yesika ekwa kotu edwa no na cheso wode etu edwa wo chrebu se eba de se yefo obi se oye adwuma na se contract adwuma bia esise de anya de se yebe tua no ewo abrofo dollar ibi nemom no ade se yede Ghana Pricing of goods and services and award of contract in foreign currency pose significant risk to fiscal management, with severe implications for the stability of our Ghana city. Unfortunately, foreign currencies are becoming the means of transacting business in Ghana. This trend, if not checked, will erode the confidence in our currency, drive inflation, and result in the loss of value in the symbol of our sovereignty. The Speaker, to curb this unfortunate development, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has directed that beginning today, 24th of July 2025, no contract awarded by government, irrespective of source of fund, should be denominated in foreign currency. The Speaker, we also want to use this opportunity to remind the public that per the Foreign Exchange Act 2006, Act 723, companies, institutions, and individuals are prohibited from pricing, advertising, receipting, or making payment for goods and services in foreign currencies in Ghana without prior written approval from the bank. So forcing esanso edit to dwa wo chirebu se ansana NPP aban ebe free abenwane so no we dey kan efa nkrofo bi a chese e ka na chese eda ho no na ekosro pa ye wo se e wa fempinu ni eduonu ennan abato ne ekọ ewieye no wo fa nkrofo bi eba edwumem nanso eye sika chese eda ho no kwa na ekosro.
Pressures were largely driven by last-minute recruitment undertaken by the previous MPP administration in the last quarter of 2024, especially in the areas of education, health, and security sector. Mr. Speaker, let me repeat. The wage pressures we are largely seeing are driven by the last-minute recruitment undertaken by the previous government in the last quarter of 2024, especially in areas of education, health, and the security sector. In addition, ad hoc reviews of conditions of service undertaken in previous years have distorted the single spine pay policy and further burdened the public wage. Mr. Speaker, the government is implementing the following measures to address this challenge. Number one, we'll conduct regular nationwide staff payroll audit to sanitize the payroll. Mr. Speaker, we'll be realigning all staff from overstaffed areas and defunct MDAs to areas with critical staffing needs. Right Honorable Speaker, will finalize the process for the establishment of the Independent Emolument Committee as part of the broader effort to reform and reset public sector pay. And finally, we will issue an executive directive mandating all MDAs to seek approval from the Minister of Finance or the Ministry of Finance before making any commitment with financial.
Openyi sanso ede insem etu dwa o kasa ede fa big push aban dwumedi a chese o de ebaye no wo se eba do se akwan a big push etimi aye dwumaden pa aboa ama ekoneni.
Part of the 2025 budget, we announced the commencement of the Big Push program, a flagship initiative of President John Dramani Mahama for massive infrastructure development. Since then, the President has dedicated all Big Push budgetary allocation for the next 2 years. Mr. Speaker, and I mean all Big Push allocation for the next 2 years to improve road infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, you may recall that Parliament approved that all oil revenue and mineral royalties accrued to the budget were dedicated to the Big Push. As a result, an amount of 13.8 billion Ghana cedis was allocated in the 2025 budget for the Big Push program to be used for road infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, the Minister for Roads and Highways has spent the last 6 months of his time in office touring the whole country to assess firsthand the state. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Roads and Highways has undertaken studies and prepared comprehensive engineering interventions and cost estimate.
Yemfri ho na yemfa yeni enchiremu ewo infishia edu miensa infishia da chese yedi ekai omampanyin dada wenya ni baby called John Evans Fifi ata Mills na Ghana mampani ekopie mu ewo na fishia da no ase na chese wodi etu edwase ewo se Ghana de hini na otimi ebo wo homoden na ne ye na setina bia chese wo boye ewo omai no so no otimi efaso ebo wo ebra.
There's one lesson we draw from the life of President Mills. It is that no challenge is insurmountable. When we lead with integrity, when we listen with empathy, and when we govern, it is that lesson that I strive to follow in the reset agenda that we have adopted. Let me say for emphasis that our reset agenda today rests on the foundation of the Better Ghana agenda that was laid by Professor J.E.A. Mills. Ghana, let us recommit ourselves to the Ghana that Professor Mills believed in. A Ghana that is united in diversity, strong in values, and anchored in peace. And to Professor Mills, our father, our leader, our teacher, say, rest well. You may be gone from our sight, but you are never gone from our hearts.
Penny Quancher forward order John Atta Mills Memorial Nana Oye Bampo Ado or the Adesre Ako Ama Obibia say and who be here pass a bit to me is near BB Eddie free or Belford John Evans Fifi Atta Mills no or say Omai anase papai obaye no na hofama ene ne ye bia woye no wose amafo etimi ehwe na otimi efabo wo bra se papai na oye asumdwe hine.
He was refreshing. His humility was not weakness, it was strength under control. It was confidence of a man who knew his worth but never forgot his beginnings. Power that fears criticism is already bankrupt. In an era where political integrity seems like an oxymoron, Professor Mills stood out as a beacon of moral leadership. His integrity was not situational, it was absolute. Mills was fundamentally a man of peace. This was not pacifism, but active peacemaking. He understood that peace was not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, understanding, and mutual respect. Mills's approach to family life reflected the same values that guided his public service: love, respect, commitment, and sacrifice. Reputation is built in silence, and this lasts longer than applause. Mills helped to create a generation of legal professionals who understood their responsibility. Mills came to the presidency with a clear vision that was encapsulated in the Better Ghana agenda. This was not a mere campaign slogan, but a comprehensive framework for national
Mrashawejun Emma Efija Asokore Abatwa Empeswa so Dr. Ayu Efriye or there two edwa wo chirebo se Mahama ke dwumedie na chesa aban de aba no e wo se mpanifo betimi eba na wo obechire mu ekwan a obetimi afa so enye sika de ahye sa dwumedie no.
The Ghana Medical Trust Fund sika ye free NHI e dia koye. Eno yeba committee no ye ho free mu don kuma ye ho free mu yamfa ye ho anhye ho ye support it and yeba floor no so no yan support it because we don't want 20% of the NHI fund to finance that. The person almost share COVID. Almost year campaign no one say almost be COVID nephew but oba no so we say upon here I was here yeah specialist hospitals. I was saying more specialist training and subspecialty training. I was saying yes, I didn't free NHI. I don't know. I was here for Yanni Car say your best scrap it, fund. But Yan scrap you. And no, I was saying man, you typically say can hear the NHI for the NHI the somewhere. Who here no said you go hospital. Who best start here for go to.
Asofo wo hwe amanoni ensemu Samuel Kujato ablokwa enande ode atu edwa wo chiremu se Kelnet Azane Frakadama chese amanfo dibu amanfo dodoa na wo sigana fo beye se ahanu 500 ana chese yetwa won edi.
Points may be noted. According to the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan, the clandestine nature of the operations of the scammers and the silent arrival of victims in Côte d'Ivoire makes it challenging to determine the exact number of Ghanaians being held hostage in Abidjan and other Ivorian cities and towns. However, the mission estimates that there are over 500 Ghanaians between 20 and 40 years of age who are currently held in secluded locations across Côte d'Ivoire. Efforts are being made to bring them back home. You will want to travel, please deal with embassies directly. Either you are going online or you are proceeding to the embassy following the processes that they have outlined, depending on the country in issue. So, Mr. Speaker, we really have to intensify public education and public awareness. I would also especially want to appeal to the NCC, the National Commission on Civic Education, to assist us to educate our compatriots.
Ghana man penny na famudie bia se obehwe na efomagudie tu ayetu edesese yemfudie ene ye nobai no obetimi etu ase ne no na twese ankobi ahene awowo achim na napa na omare boabin ede atu edwase ehu behia pa se state of emergency o man penny ede ebeba se ne be ya wona wo fa kwansu etu efomagudie edesese wonsa se no wono bai no so no emra ene won endi
se aban se ni timanfo nyina e state of emergency on declare no yen na napa for principle pa because niema e koso fagalamsi no ho okumu ha no emwaye o hwe yakwan e di kumfu galamsi ma eni bubuya etimi ko afun ko fayi no bae eni ikuku di bafi no ene se niema ni nyina no galamsi forecast yi eni wono excavators na be se ni nyina
mayanjina tanwe so na yenda yan husuma ya ba edwedie mu nsem eto aso.
story, a story of love, elegance, and timeless beauty. At Sarah's Dream Jewelry, we bring you exquisite craftsmanship, stunning designs, and pieces that celebrate your moment. From engagement to anniversaries, birthdays to just because surprises, we help you make memories that shine forever. Discover timeless classics, modern elegance, and breathtaking collections, all at prices that sparkle. Looking for something unique? Our expert artisans craft personalized jewelry made just for you. Let's make your moment unforgettable. Sarah's Dream Jewelry, where elegance meets you.
Near so a dreadiemu and sem na Dr. Keso ato forcing and they order atuja which say about energy sector honoma wabra NDC abino ebet ba benwane so no was na e kabuburo achese da hono enya asem kuma was sika the 1.5 billion US dollars and that a honor matches so we'll try crowns me in tree or there's also way to jaw wabro copy mu our mrashe bejefia what they or my yakum masika kwako to Asia manone ensem na into kwa Thailand ne Cambodia in temuno amanubo efro honum eba and say amai mienu share to say ebo honum no adiesa asrafo etimi esane etu edi egu waswa sabre ya kase yi de enipa be se edumienu ana chese wafamu atwa nananom ewo ensiedo na manubo nso esan echiremu a enipa dumienu chese wona wewu no efri Thailand ene Cambodia ehye eso Mayanko PMO ewo Brazil mainumo na unim se yeni na yenim se Brazil Israel ene Palestine ntokwa no kwa na koso achese enya asenkotwa na se yese Gaza impodie enya asenkuma kra na no ana trese Brazil mampeni ede abetu justice see die wode no ho eba bejim na International Court of Justice no obetimi de no ho ajim na to kwa ekoso wasa impotable hoso na eso ebetwa near so ni jediemu ensem na sisifia hitmaker when she and actually in the order abetu justice see the bullet rafton manager see the on share na see ebi onemum no one na kwapa one na ye partnership one ni edwuma in prepare.
Yeah, so clearly first no. Okay. So first no then it was on the rough town every day rough town. Yeah. But after my 5 years contracting me, things have changed. Okay. It's become more of like a partnership. Bianca Saman, my team, I'm a manager, road manager, assistant, like the whole team. Say when the shady yes. So after contract never ended, I had that conversation with Bullet. So Obia Echo Baby Kuko School Krana who graduated Uko Nyamiadum Bullet being also a very selfless person or train not running so no mammy my degree I say he understood say of course means me that young girl now be free Germany by yes now definitely I'm growing so I have to also spread my wings.
None other so be kaya penny kwantrefo without gold board and no same jelfi de ebetu just say what the kwedu abo efia swasnega nini na ne se wakokan I say woka na no ana chese inde if ya swasnega nankasa aba mountain abeyi na no awo trebu se sikabot openi boniti no asekile ntwa no de on fa nkra
next week. Send me the money I want Jimmy. And you want to two bronze. Or people start some address now. I'm in some media mano. Kill it here. Me the matter anyone now. Or you be answer. Oh, Ghana. And you lied against a certain vice president. Sammy. Bawumia private company. Our Mudiria Ghana for Sika. Sanajanti, can you defend that? Can you defend it? 7 months, the cast in Yama Wayano. Can you defend it? Sanajanti, you walk around with dollars, with bags of dollars in your car. We saw the video. And that's a dollar and that's your bottom now you. Now a bag and I would take your hands into bag full of dollars. And I would see me now over $2,000. And I would demand evangelist from a part.
Senatrini aye Rosemont Brown dodo na aye nim say friend equiapim polo enso e de abetu edwa wo chirebo say dodo na say ohun say ye kan wo social media na chese chese wa mo obi sika din wondi na tem eno na chese wo chirebo say eno kra na man ni din eje atene ha chese no bia ebo ni din san.
Just at first when we started for a year, I was paying.
You were paying to be insulted?
Yes. Because I really wanted, and I've been in the game and no one calls me and I was not getting any result. But after that, people were calling me for interviews and skincare deals. Stars will call me to dance or twerk on their songs and they'll pay me. And those times, even Familia was giving me 5,000 to twerk on his song. Yes.
What?
Yes, I'm telling you that.
You twerked for Familia for 5,000
on his song.
On his song.
Yes.
When so na yemfa ewia plant breakers ya yeboabo anu ni na yemfa NC ewa ha. Solar Sweet Tom Brown treat by Manel. Amsel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing. KS Parfumers Co Limited. Rema Ushering Agency. Sarah's Dream Jewelries. Yab Decoration and Esa Yasan Yade Ever Sumu. Minso ameje peni amede sumidin eni maame ama bafwa. Me mamuni na mu enisha makram.